I'm currently stuck in the end with 1 heart, 3 endermen aggroed on me, and a single water bucket keeping me alive. But how did you end up in this precarious situation, Mr. YouTube man? Well, I'm glad you asked. You see, I saw this funny pink man beating up 10 of his friends and thought, yeah, I could do that. So I hit up a few of my friends and was like, hey, do you guys want to beat me up in a block game while I learn speedrunning? Okay. So then I went on my merry way until it hit me. If I want to speedrun the game with a bunch of people hunting me down, I need to actually know how to beat the game normally. And thus begins my quest to embarrass my friends on the internet. So I started by pillaging this village for all its wheat to make bread, and somehow got comboed by a zombie. Anyway, it was nighttime and the village was getting swarmed with mobs, which normally wouldn't be an issue, but I had no armor to my name. I had to play Ring Around the Rosie with these skeletons just to stay alive. So that's what we call a tactical hunger bar reset and not just me botting out. Anyway, woo, look at this cool conveniently generated portal right by the village. So anyway, now that we found the portal, it would be wise to try and stock up on some gear first, right? And nope, I just went in anyway. Now that we're in the Nether, I realized I needed to get some extra gold from the surrounding areas. But I'm currently surrounded by tons of piglins and I don't have the armor to take them all. So I took care of them in the only way that made sense, as piglins don't aggro when you light them on fire. With that taken care of, I started getting some gold until I didn't realize the blazes are over there. Why are they flying? Why are they flying? So after almost getting caught by some blazes, I realized I finally had enough gold to enter the bastion. But I had to make sure I planned carefully. See, I only had a gold helmet, so I knew they wouldn't attack me. But other than that, I only had a silver leggings to my name. I could not take any big fights. Wait, I'm dead, 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 I'm dead. So after getting clipped by some piglins, I shamefully went back to punching trees and regearing, and in no time I was back in the Nether and ready to start trading. Now that I'm here, I can start trading with the piglins for pearls to make Eyes of Ender and fire wrist potions to collect blaze rocks. Come on, piglins, I need this. I'm kinda pearlless. Kinda pearlless. Oh, what? Okay, bro. By now you should get the idea. We're just gonna pretend that never happened and head straight to the fortress. Now this part was the easiest as I had 3 potions of fire resistance to keep me going, which allowed me to collect all the blaze rods I needed. With all the blaze powder I needed, I made sure to get out as soon as possible, as by this point, I'd spent more time in the Nether than in the Overworld, and just wanted to go back home. Alright, we're good. Now that I was finally free from the Nether, my next step was to find the stronghold. But I also figured I was in need of a well-deserved break, so I spent the next hour jumping on this one bed just to clear my head. Yeah, we're gonna be here a while. So after wasting an hour of my life jumping on a Minecraft bed, I took some time to organize my stuff and gear up properly for the end fight. and soon enough I had everything I needed and was ready to head out. I plan to set my bed right outside the end portal so I can come back as quickly as possible. But I still want to end things as soon as I can, so my master plan is just to spam bed bombs until the dragon dies. By this point, I was fully locked in. This is the closest I've been to beating the Ender Dragon, and if I mess this up, I don't have a chance of winning the manhunt against my friends. So far, everything was looking good. I took out most of the crystals and was honestly starting to think this might be easier than I thought until... had almost died with only half a heart to spare. Any more close calls like that and I'll be sent back to the overworld very soon. With my back against the wall, I wasn't thinking clearly and ended up with my first death in the end. But thanks to the bed I was set up in this stronghold, I was able to get back and collect all my stuff to keep going. Clearly, this would be more challenging than I thought. Things were not looking good. The cycle of dying and rushing back to get my stuff started getting to me, and for a moment I considered just turning on creative mode. But in my moment of weakness, I found strength in my desire to slander my friends after I beat them on my own.